turn this trailer into a tiny house. Before it goes up, must come down.
Pull your cart, little boy.
This is a lot of work, but we'll get there.
There's still more water coming out of that thing.
Anyone else gonna go to the bathroom?
You can't afford a nice door.
Oh, yeah?
Cheap ass.
Oh, that's it? Really? That's why we're gonna go with that? By the way, when you're gone, I made this. That's my face. Like I put my face on it and I drew a. This is my eyes.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's my nose. This is my nose and that's my chin.
I want to know why you're doing that. Can you explain?
I'm very tired.
Oh, well, I've survived so far. 2 months and a week of almost 24/7 with this guy.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't even think about it! Don't even dream
The walls of the project.
Oh, but the project. The moment you think about doing a tiny home,
Go buy one.
check yourself into a mental institution. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the TinyWanderland Chronicles. I'm your host, Jay. In just a second, we're going to get started. But as you know, and as you have been experienced in the last 22 episodes or 21 episodes, me and Heather were under an immense amount of pressure to build this tiny home. There was no actual reason for it. It was just something I wanted to do, and my hope was that one day it would be used for government work. But again, Heather came out to this place for adventures, not to build a tiny home. So my hat's off to her. And during the time we were building the tiny home, a very special event took place, and it was Heather's 43rd birthday. Now, to look at her, you wouldn't say she was 43. People probably think she's 25, 26, 27 at the most, being generous on the high side. But beautiful woman Heather is, and she's just incredible friend, and took her for granted a lot, and I really kind of, in retrospect, like I said, feel bad about that. But we took a day off from the Tiny Wanderer. I know it's hard to believe, but we did, and I arranged everything. I'm a little foggy on the details. It was about over a year ago now, but I do remember, I think we got KFC, and then I got her a cake, and then we journeyed upriver, up canyon, I should say, to one of our favorite spots. And excuse me, it's late. So that's where this story begins. Well, actually, I guess it begins with me sleeping. I don't know what I was doing there, but probably just chilling. This bathtub picture is kind of out of place, but I think it might have been either I drew it for Heather, or it was just one of my baths before I pretty much destroyed the bathtub. But here we are at our favorite spot, the swim spot, which is no longer there. But that chair I found, and I think if you go back a couple episodes, you'll see me sitting in it. And then you can kind of see Heather with her cake. She's blowing out the candles. There's a view of the spot, another view of the cake. I guess I'm taking a picture too. This is a view of our swim spot. Again, doesn't look like this anymore. Driving back to town. We're just kind of hanging out and chilling here. I don't know. You know what? That looks like the water heater. The water heater arrived probably either same day or that night while we were gone. And this is just me kind of piecing things together, looking at parts. We obviously were out for a drive, not sure where we went. I think we were headed to see Robert for the next step in the Tiny Wanderer. And this is a Viper drill bit. They're supposed to be able to drill through a solid steel trailer ball without getting hot. Now, I don't know if Robert ever took the guy to task on that, but Robert did let me borrow the Viper bit so we could get back at putting the jacks in. Now, remember I said we burned through a few bits, and of course I had to stop that installation until we got help from Robert. I really love this picture. This is a great example of what you do when it's just you. I think Heather had taken the day off. It was just me working. So I used the jack with the drill, with the Viper bit, and another jack to raise, another drill to raise the jack and kind of put pressure on the plate. And believe it or not, it actually worked. I can't get over how green those Ryobi drills are. They're kind of brownish yellow now, but that's another story. But this is the necklace. I spent about a week. It was about a week tumbling rocks from the river. And then I got a chain and a clasp, and I think Heather still wears this to this day. I mean, it wasn't nothing super expensive, but the thought that counts. This is probably the beginning of the shower. That's me, I guess, pretending to take a shower at the shower hookup. And there's me probably working with the shower heater and the trim kits, and more work on the shower, cutting some wedges, putting the trim kits. These things, they're the bane of any tiny homeowner's existence. There's just no such bit. There's no Torx bit for these things, no matter what you look for. What we found out after much research and much frustration is that a number 2 or 3 square bit, believe it or not, you can get those in most drill bit sets, will actually remove these. Don't know why I was photographing it, maybe to figure out how to get it off. We ultimately ended up keeping most of these on the trailer. So you can see the groove, the cutout for the shower. There's the foot shower being installed, the trim kit, the top of the shower going on, more of the shower, me back at the hotel, passed out and tucked in again, thanks to Heather. This is a glimpse of some of the Bible. It looks like this might have been after the incident where it fell off the car at midnight, and we went and found it the next morning, pieces of it. It definitely was after, because look how bent those rungs were. Here we are working on the walls. Heather's doing something with the generator there. Just chilling, putting the walls together, building the walls. Walls, more walls, and more walls. Heather kind of just taking a relaxing, chilling break there. You can see the showers are in there. Showers are in there. Another pose of Heather taking a break. There's me. There's the walls all cut and ready to go. I think I'm eating a, what is that called? It's by Smucker's, Uncrustable. We ate through many of those, actually. There's a close-up of that. Me conversing with people at Home Depot, that was a daily basis thing. This is just me passed out, chilling. My guess is this could have been a day off, which is very rare. This wasn't Heather's birthday, I don't think, but I think it was a couple days later. But and then back at it again, assembling furring strips to the wall, working on the shower, and that's. I don't know how this next slide got in there, guys, but we'll just click through it real quick. It actually was a title slide, but I'm not going back and redoing this episode over that. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of the Tiny Wanderland Chronicles. I did want to say, Heather, if you're listening, it was an absolute pleasure and a wonderful experience reuniting with you in 2020 and building the Tiny Wanderer and going on adventures. And I hope that someday, some way, the Lord will put us back together again to go on more adventures. Um, I know I missed your 44th birthday. I think I was actually up in the Dixie. I think I was here. I think I was in the Dixie National Forest, out of Signal, just like I am now. But anyway, if I didn't say it already, happy belated birthday, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have safe travels. And I will talk to you all later on the next episode of the Tiny Wanderland Chronicles. By the way, one last thing, guys, if this bores you, if you feel like you're not really learning anything, it's not really adventurous, just go to the Tiny Wanderland. That's a different format, different shooting style, and way more exciting than watching the Chronicles. Although I feel that the Chronicles is a story that needs to be told, and I believe that we will tell it, and I believe that some people will be interested to find out just how the Tiny Wanderer came to life. Much more stuff up ahead on the next episode of the Tiny Wanderland Chronicles. We'll see you then.